Well, good evening, everybody. Harry Newhan here. Thanks for joining me the first Monday of a brand new year. Wow. If you think the years move by slow and the next 5 years are going to be take your time, just look at the last 5 years. It was like a blink. Heck, the last 10 years was a blink. Well, Happy New Year to you. Hope you had a great weekend, safe weekend, and everything is good with you and your family. So, a lot of us, many of you, went through a goal setting class at the end of the year. Or you set your goals every year. You may not have gone to a class, but you may have set your goals. And especially New Year's resolutions, it's a common thing. I want to lose weight. I want to quit smoking. I want to get a new job. I want to make more money. I want to recruit more people, build a downline. Whatever your goals are, your targets are, good for you. It's important to write them down. When you write them down, there's a higher likelihood that you'll actually accomplish them. And when you write down the goals, it's also good to write down a plan to achieve those goals. And I was talking to one of my clients yesterday. Yes, I work on Sundays. I have open slots. I want to do coaching calls and intro calls. This was an intro call to a new prospect that's been in network marketing for about 15, 20 years. And she's with the company. It's about 65 years old. There's not many of them out there, but she's with one. and I told her, we started talking. I said, I see your plan here, your goals here, and what your activity is, and it looks like a big number. It looks like you got a lot of prospecting going on. Have you ever made that many, reach outs and touches and calls on a weekly basis or a daily basis? She said, no, but I've got the mindset. I'm ready, and I'm anxious and excited. So here's what I want to share with you. You have your goal for your year, whether it's 10,000 a month, 2,000 a month, 500 a month. Hers was a low number; it was under $1,000 a month. She's in retirement age, and she only has so much time. And that's what number would supplement her retirement income. And so I said, well, let's talk about your number, and I'm going to share this with you guys. Let's talk about your number. Here's what's awesome about math. You can figure anything out with math. They figure out how to go to the moon with math. They figure out how to go to outer space with math. They figure you can do anything. Everything has a mathematical equation, so far as we know it. Everything, basketball, any kind of sport. If you can figure out the math, you can figure out how to do it. So, same thing with your business. It's one thing to put down, I want to make X amount of dollars. Let's just use 100,000 as an example, because a lot of people, that's a magic number for them. They want to get in that 5% club. 5% of the adult population makes 100,000 a year or more, and so that's a big target. We look at that as our first target to really to make something of ourselves or to be successful. That's our definition of success. I'm making 100,000 a year. So 100,000 a year. So what we got to do is it's important to reverse engineer that number, especially if you've never made more than 100,000 a year before. If you've never made that and you don't know what it takes to make it, it's not that hard to figure it out. So let's say you're used to making 50,000 a year, and you have your numbers based on last year. You talked to this many people, you did this many sales presentations, you made this many sales, and once you have that number, once you have that equation, the sky is the limit. There is no limit on your income. Nobody can hold you back because you've got the mathematical formula, and all you have to do is double, triple to get to the next level. And Jim Rohn taught me something once. He said, "You make up in numbers what you lack in talent and experience." So the more you do it, the better you're going to get. So the next 100, you'll get more sales. The next 100 people you talk to, you'll get more sales than you did the first 100 people you talked to. So when you have your magic number, let's say 50,000 a year, then you can, again, reverse engineer. You figure, okay, how many sales does it take me to make average, because some sales are bigger than others, average sales based on what I'm selling, how many average sales does it take to make this kind of money, to make 50,000? Break it down per month. That's like 4,800 a month. It's about 4,800 a month. 4 times 12 is 48. So it's about 4,200 a month. So you got 4,000. Let's say 4,000. So this many sales you made to equal that 4,000. Well, okay, this many sales. How many presentations did you do to make that many sales? Then you divide it. You say, okay, it takes me this many presentations to make one sale. Then how many appointments do you have to set to get that many appointments to make one sale? because not all of the appointments that you set are actually going to show up. They don't come to fruition. Some people, stuff happens. They miss the appointment, or they just made the appointment to because they didn't want to say no to you. So they made the appointment, then just didn't show up. And then how many reach outs, how many calls, how many invitations do you have to do to set that many appointments? So once you have, again, that mathematical equation, you can start every single day knowing exactly how many people you have to talk to. For example, when I was going door to door, direct sales, I had recruited, trained, and managed one of the largest door-to-door sales producing teams in the country. And when I was going door to door, figuring out the formula on how to train these people, putting together a training program, because for the first couple of years I had a revolving door because I couldn't keep them. And then all the stars aligned and things started working unbelievable. But here's what I knew, is I knew that if I knocked on 40 to 50 doors a day, I would talk to 15 to 25 people, and I would write 1 to 5 customers. Now, the more I did it, the better I got. It got to the point where I didn't have to knock on 40 to 50 doors a day to make my 3 to 5 sales. I was able to do it in knocking on 20 doors a day, talking to 6 or 7 people. I was getting up to 30, 40, and 50% close ratio because I was able to get better. And then once I did that, I was able to teach and duplicate. Same thing with you. So what are your numbers? If you made 50,000 last year, you want to make 100,000 this year, you got to double what you did last year. Until you get better enough and have the talent and ability and structure in place where you don't have to do double, you can do less and still make double the money. Just like I was able to talk to less people and make more sales, which made more money. The same thing will happen to you because you get better and better and better, hopefully. If you're not getting better, I recommend you getting a coach. Set up a free consultation call with me. It's easy to do. Just go to calendly.com /top sales, or respond back to this video live here, and I'll give you the link. I'll set up a free coaching call with you, and so we can strategize and figure out what your equation is, because the equation is important. Once you have that equation, again, the sky's the limit. Nobody can stop you. Once I knew how many doors I had to knock on, I could teach that, and I can start duplicating, and then I started building a team. And that's what you guys do in network marketing, is you build a team. I did the same thing when I was in network marketing. And once I was able to retail, making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 a month, retailing the products, I could come from a position of confidence and strength. Anybody I talked to, anybody that came within range, how would you like to make an extra $500 to $2,000 a month part-time? It was right in my DNA. It was immediate because I knew how to do it, because I was doing it. So it's monkey see, monkey do. Once you have the formula, then you can teach it. So I say, okay, here's the script. Phone rings. Here's what you read. Read the script. Set up the appointment, identify the customer's needs, build trust and rapport, close the sale. Tell them the benefits of the program, then close the sale. So that's part of the equation. So I encourage you, you have your goals set for the year, but do you know what your numbers are? Do you know how many today you've got to talk to? How many today you've got to reach out to? Do you know how many this week you need to do? And here's what I found that really helps me. Some people have a different philosophy, but here's mine. If I know I've got to talk to 20 people a day, excuse me, to make this many appointments, to do this many presentations, to make this many sales, life happens, and sometimes you don't get to 20 people. If that happens, you only get to 15, what I learned to do is not to carry over the 5 and tomorrow and say, okay, I got to do 25 on Tuesday. I went into Tuesday and said, I got to do 20. Now, if I had extra time, I would do another 5. If I didn't, I would just do 20. Then Wednesday I would do 20. Thursday, if I only did 18, then now I'm carrying over 7. And then Saturday and Sunday come along. If I have the time, I'm going to do whatever I missed during the week, I'm going to do on the weekend. You say, well, I don't work weekends. No problem. Don't carry it over, though. Because what ends up happening, if you're 4 or 5 short every single day, by the time Friday comes along, you got to talk to 50 people. And that's, all of a sudden, it becomes a job. And that's sometimes very taxing and overwhelming, and then you get into paralysis. So if you're not like that, don't worry about it. But for me, I have to start fresh every single day, knowing that I got to talk to this many people every single day. I got to do this many reach outs every single day. I've got to do this many presentations every single day. I knew my numbers. So once you know your numbers, again, do the math, because you need to know. You need to know so you can reverse engineer, and you know what your daily activity is going to be. We call it DMO, daily method of operation. If you don't know every single day how many reach outs, touches, and phone calls or emails, how many people you have to talk to, if you don't know that number, then it's very unlikely you're going to hit your income goal, especially if it's more than you've ever made before. I've never seen it happen unless you get lucky. And we can't build our future, our financial future, in our kids' college education fund on luck. You got to have a plan. So you've got your goal set up. This is the strategy or the plan to get to the goals. Don't just throw a number out there. I'm going to talk to 115 people a week. I'm going to talk to 23 people a day. It's not likely to happen unless you know where you're going. Okay, so that's the plan. Get the equation. Everybody's got their own. Whatever business you're in, you know exactly how much money you make per sale, and you know how many presentations you've got to do to make this many sales. Now, if you have a small ratio, if you're talking to a lot of people and you're not making any sales, chances are that it's something in your script, it's something in your delivery, it's something in your pitch, your presentation. And that's where, again, you should get a coach, get somebody that has the experience, that can teach you, that can work you through those problems. And that's where a free coaching session would do. One other thing here, an announcement here I'll make, I'm going to get this in the chat because I just got it just a few minutes ago. Saturday the 15th, mark it on your calendars. Saturday the 15th, I am going to be doing a class, free class. Anybody can join. And it is going to be on getting the calendar, how to get the calendar to work for you, getting the most out of your year, working smarter while you're working harder on your network marketing business. So you're definitely going to want to get this. I'm going to put it right underneath this video in the Facebook group. I'll put the link. It's free registration. It's on the 15th, so we got 11 days here. 10, 11, 11 days before that's happened. Saturday, it's going to be 2 hours at 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 noon Eastern time. You're definitely going to want to register in on that, get some awesome content I'm going to share with you guys. It's all listed on the registration page. Again, it's free. Here's what I would recommend. Not only come yourself, but anybody you have in your downline, get them in there. I'm telling you, it'll blow them away. It'll blow you away because it's simple things that Jim Rohn taught me. It's not a whole bunch of things you got to know. It's just 5 or 6, half a dozen things that can make all the difference in your business. And that could be unbelievable to your income and to your productivity. So I'll put the link right in here in the Facebook group, and you'll see more announcements on it. But definitely get registered in for that. All right, guys, you have a great day. And by the way, I'm going to do a special Facebook Live on Thursday. I'll do another one here on Thursday because I got a great topic for you guys. Again, it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. This year, for me, in the network marketing space, is going to be crazy. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be explosive. We're going to do so many things with Eric Lofholm International. The network marketing division is going to be a premier division, and we are on our way. All right, guys, have a great day. Talk to you then.